Luke, do you want to press a button on the remote? Remote's in the top drawer, just so the computer screen doesn't turn off. Just volume or something. I don't know.
Doug, do you have a board game in your walls?
Fucking Jumanji.
And here's the fat rhino. That's really slow. Have we started this podcast yet?
We're doing it?
Have we started?
Do you want me to do it just to totally mix it up?
Go on, Reese.
Welcome to the Trusty Crowbar.
This is episode 109. Hi, fellas. I'm Lucas Whittington. Still, you all look at each other like you're welcoming each other
I
to
don't
the
need to look
podcast.
at the camera.
I'm Reese Whittingslow.
Oh, we're going with this.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm Douglas Bright.
You can introduce yourself. You've been on here.
And our very special
No, I don't.
and frequent guest,
Ben Can.
and Cam what?
So many times I've gone to say Ben Can and you've butted in with special guest or coming back to or whatever.
Our returning guest.
Yeah.
Our favourite guest. Let's not go that far.
Our faithful follower.
Now, we're back after a 1 week hiatus.
Yeah, we split and big
that the-
problems. Like we worked it out.
It was
cartel
reconciliation.
involved. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
drugs.
Some people sent out some tweets they shouldn't have sent.
What?
I don't know. That seems to happen with bands.
Didn't you
and things.
Periscope Macca's drive-through?
Yeah.
Like I saw that pop up on Facebook, and you're like, Trusty Crowbar is just periscoping, and yet Macca's drive-through. I'm like, what? I don't even know what
didn't
Periscope.
know
Oh,
what
is that
that was. I
live
thought it was-
streaming thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you just took a screenshot of your Speedo or something.
Well,
While
I
you were in the
didn't
drive-thru.
realise or remember that it was going to go straight back through the Trusty Crowbar.
Drive
through
through
reality.
Texting someone or something.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
Back his drive through.
That would have taken the show to a whole new level.
Got some
A disturbing level. Why you'd be public streaming that as a sex? Like, hey, check this out, internet.
Well, I just read an
don't
article
know.
just before that was like, Periscope is fun until you recorded having sex. I was like, what?
Didn't people use the PlayStation room for that? Like,
Yeah.
seconds into release.
And then it was the one where all those little on-screen like robot things
yeah,
you could
the-
actually interact with. So they're having sex and they're like bouncing off them and shit.
Really disturbing that you just had to do hip thrusting then.
I didn't. I was just stretching my back. Yeah.
They fly off and hit the screen.
Yeah. And they're like,
That's horrible. This poor little robot.
all I can imagine is just that image that you told me about Hodor and his big giant penis just flopping around, hitting those little. What are they called? The playrooms.
AR. No, that's the drone.
Augmented
one.
reality.
That's the drone one. I don't know what their little ones are called.
Little fellas. What?
What are the little
The
robots
PlayStation
called?
guys. The little PlayStation guys.
Oh, what are they
called?
Yeah.
PlayStation people.
No.
That's not them because they're not people at all. Robot people, PlayStation.
What if
Wait
this
until
doesn't work?
VR
He
pets
doesn't
come.
VR pets.
Yeah, all the VR pets that will happen.
Yeah, but then everyone's going to be like patting their dog with the VR headset on, and people are going to be watching people just going,
You've just done a
"You're going through
visual
some documents or something, or what? What is it? I don't know. It's just a lot of accounting to do." Imagine the order when you have to like do all. You know, when you're looking at all the files, looking for something, and you have to actually move. I can't find anything. Lift up a book and shit. And you're like, not there.
I'll have to show you guys one of the latest episodes of Community. They do quite a funny take on
Does that
VR.
come back on now that it's on Yahoo or something?
On what?
Yahoo?
I've just been watching it on Netflix.
You still
like
go
the
on
old
Yahoo?
episodes?
What's that?
No, I read that. I think it's the 6th season or the 7th season of Community got bought by Yahoo.
Oh, really? Is that
really?
what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you're watching it there or if it's just old seasons.
No, the current season, which
Okay.
would probably be the 6th season. But they do. I don't want to try and explain it on the podcast because it's more of a visual thing. But if anyone's seen it, it's funny. It was just a good.
This was a really funny thing.
No,
That's all.
I laugh. But
no. It was a good piss take on VR and just how impractical it really. They were using it as an actual operating system. and just how impractical that was then becoming. Yeah, which we've kind of like pointed out, like, and like you're just saying that, like, so many things become more difficult.
Were you going to fall over there?
There was an awkward finger touching moment there.
It was fine. It wasn't really awkward for him. He was real into it. What's happened in the last 2 weeks since we've last been here?
There's been a lot of games which have come into...
There's been trailers been happening?
Our possession. Yeah, what do you mean? Trailers for movies?
Trailers for games?
Oh, yeah, for
and
games.
movies too? Yeah, we're a gaming podcast.
I know. I was like, why are you talking about the movie trailers? But
Heaps.
I mean, never said movies. There has been games trailers, especially Star Wars Battlefront, which I'm extremely excited about.
Now, before everyone jumps on the bandwagon of, tugging bloody Dice's dick, tugging dick dice, dice dick.
Just seeing like the word dice and just changes dick.
That was all in-engine graphics, so that wasn't exactly gameplay graphics. But
this is what our cinematics could look like.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting way, actually, on that because that was a PS4 seems to get, or PlayStation seemed to get a lot of
From that, it looked
trailers.
like an exclusive.
Yeah, but GTA was the same to start with.
Everyone normally does videos on
the better hardware.
PlayStation. Sorry, Ben.
The PC
on PlayStation until
PlayStation box.
until it's an exclusive for Xbox.
Well, I read that Battlefront is going to come out exclusively to Xbox One for a period of time.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
So what-
I hate
first
that
off,
crap.
And yet, it was PlayStation.
the trailer for
the
it.
trailer, yeah.
Do I
I doubt
remember
that'll happen
wrong
then.
that Destiny was as well? I feel like a lot of the trailers were PS4.
That's because Bungie had a deal with Sony, and a lot of the content that they released came
that's
out.
right.
Yeah,
That was
we
all
did
timed
talk about this. We
exclusives.
talked about this in the podcast ages ago.
Yeah.
Episode 42.
Yes.
long ago,
The trailer did look amazing, but like I don't like Star Wars. We all know that. But
I love the cinematic
you
trailers.
do this
they
every
do.
time, Ben.
No, I don't.
But it did visually looked amazing. Like
For the
that
on-
engine is crazy good.
For the online
Is
game...
it Frostbite?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some iteration of. For the online Star Wars, all their cinematic trailers that come out before the game were freaking awesome too. I'm like, I would just watch a movie of that level. Luke, I think you would just be the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, you couldn't even talk about it. I was sort of thinking about it.
Movie watch I will.
I knew you were going to go there.
so
It's
but
40 player cap as well, I read. So
That's all right.
at the minute, Battlefield Hardline 66 player cap.
Who wants to play with 65 other people?
I don't know.
think about all those lasers that keep missing people. This will probably be the one time those lasers actually hit people in any Star Wars universe.
Plot
Pew,
twist.
pew, pew, dead.
That was one thing.
I
do
get
have
what
to
you're
mention
saying.
about-
You're saying like a lot of the time in the movie.
In the
they
movies,
just shoot.
yeah, that's
They don't
exactly
shoot
what I
very
was
well, yeah.
Poor accuracy.
The guns in Bloodborne are like
There's
shoot
guns in Bloodborne?
the lasers in Star Wars. Like you fire and it goes super slow. Just like,
Yeah, and you can roll over, like under them.
yeah. It's hilarious.
We'll get to Bloodborne in a bit, but yeah, the Star Wars.
But press have already got to see like a 5-minute in-game.
Yeah.
And they did say that it still looks near it. Like I think they said it looks just as good as that
Top notch.
video. Which
Hang on, at the start you were like, "Well, that's just in-game engine." But the press have seen it and they say it's just as good.
But you think when they release the thing to show the press, they normally show you something minimalistic, smaller world, but they might start making a bigger area and might go, oh shit, we need to like cut back on a little bit. Like everything, like Watch Dogs.
Yeah, when we show you
that
this
game?
one intersection,
Yeah,
it looks really
and it looks
impressive.
amazing. And then now we'll give you a game that looks like poop. Because that's what will probably happen. But yeah, Star Wars.
But even if it is just...
They just hit the mic.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. We'll just put that like that. There we go.
Even if
did
it's just
nothing.
Battlefield
Clearance from my chin now.
with the skin slapped on it. Like for most...
Yeah.
For a huge amount of people, that's going to be
I
fine.
remember when Battlefield 4 first came out, I was like, this would be great as a Star Wars game, just with a mod for it.
Isn't that with everything?
Yeah, everything is a Star Wars game
But-
would be great.
From the thing I read of like the press that got to see the actual in-game, it seemed to be the progression that they show in the trailer where it's like, oh yep, it's in the forest, and then it sort of amps up to speeders, and then it amps up to AT chicken walkers.
AT-ATs.
Yep.
Chicken walkers.
Chicken walkers. And then it escalates to the Big.
AT.
Yep.
Yeah, what are the ATSTs? Isn't that
They're
right?
the two walkers.
They're two walkers, yeah.
Chicken walkers.
Yeah.
Chicken walkers.
Puppies.
What are the AT-ATs?
I don't
They're
know.
the big ones. They're the four walkers.
Are you saying 80 or AT?
AT.
AT.
The at-ats.
Alpha Tango, Alpha Tango.
That's what they call them.
No.
They didn't call them Alpha Tangos. Look, there's an Alpha Tango.
Andy's already dead.
Eddie.
But it seemed to be
No, I think that's taken one step by then.
Yeah.
the way the press talked about it, or the one that I was reading. It's like that's like the way the progression of a match was going as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It
You
sort of
work
seemed-
on your way to
it
build up.
must escalate.
That's all.
Yeah, maybe it's an unlocked, like timed on. It seems like it'd be a bit crap if there was just someone in a massive ass thing for the entire round.
Well,
I
it
don't
seems
know.
like an objection-based kind of gameplay because you've got one team in the AT-AT making their way to the point, and the other team is trying to stop it from getting there.
Yeah, well,
gonna
they said
be-
at the end you go into a base that's similar to
The shield generator room.
Yep.
There's no doubt it's going to be exactly like Battlefield.
Yeah, which is
And
fine.
it'll just be domination.
Did they have hero characters? Because that's what...
They did in
This has as
previous
well.
battle.
It looked like there's going to be hero characters.
Not
in it.
Battlefields.
Battlefront.
In Star Wars,
No,
they will
Yeah,
be,
Battlefronts
but
they
not in
did. There was
Battlefield.
like, yeah. So, yeah, you'll get Darth Vader, as
Yeah.
it was, and then
Super OP.
There'll be Boba Fett.
yeah, but they won't be. That's the thing. They're going to be like
No, what
meant
I
to be
think
super OP, but won't be.
they were like.
That's
no,
what they
he
said
just
they
like
were.
come in and was just
Yeah.
absolutely kicking ass.
Force lightsaber.
So how long does
It's
someone
one
get to be
person.
like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
in Star Wars Battlefront 2, what happened was one person could be one of the heroes,
Yeah.
and everyone else is just a normal character. And when you got to be a hero, it popped up saying you can choose hero now if
Like
you want.
calling in an airstrike or something.
Yeah.
It's like a-
okay.
Yeah, so
a
timed
ability.
unlock or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I think it might be a $2.99
Don't you
unlock
think
to
that,
get
like,
the
something like
AT-ATs
this-
right at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I know that it's like it's cool to play as Darth Vader and it's cool to play as Yoda and all that, but don't you think that being those characters and then dying and then someone else respawning as that character, doesn't that take away from the whole Star Wars universe in a way?
Well,
It's
no.
taken away.
Taken away. Darth Vader doesn't die. Well, he does die, but spoiler alert.
He might not die in the game. He might just, stop shooting.
Ooh, fly away! I'm using the Force. No, like there's no doubt he will die, and then some
Well, it's
other
hard with any of like.
person will. And then what? That one guy's like, "Oh, just killed Darth Vader." Hey.
Maybe you're just Darth Vader until someone else gets the ability and takes over.
Yeah,
That
but
way Darth
they're
Vader's
still going
always
to
on.
be
Then he gets-
defeated. They're going to be defeated.
But Darth
That's
Vader
what-
can't just walk around and just be like, "God, die, Force."
It
Yes.
seemed that way from what they were saying in the gameplay.
You have to be able to kill an OP character. Otherwise, if someone
you-
can always be an OP character, they can just
No,
run
but
to the
maybe
other
it's
person's base and
timed.
destroy
Maybe
everything.
he can't be killed, and then it's just like, bang, you're back on a ship.
And then he's an NPC
It's not
character or
as
something.
OP as what you're thinking. Like, the
Well, he's trying to make out
I
like
think
it
it
is.
is. That's what the
I
guy
think
was saying.
have you played Battlefront 2? No. Okay, so when
Sorry, is this Battlefront 2? I'm confused.
this is Star Wars Battlefront 3.
Oh, okay, so different.
Because there was 2142. No.
What?
yeah, so it's a different
Battlefield.
game.
No, yeah, but I'm just pointing
Yeah,
out
I
that
know
in
how it
Battlefront
works.
2, yeah,
the older
right?
game.
Yeah, I'm only taking.
So are they calling this Star Wars Battlefront just Battlefront?
It's just called Battlefront.
Wasn't it already Star Wars Battlefront?
Yep.
And there was a second one too.
So
Now it's the new Battlefront.
Yeah.
why hasn't Xbox released this?
What? They are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Xbox One and then Star Wars Battlefront just to confuse the fuck out of everyone.
Anyway, yeah, so like when you were Darth Vader and stuff, you had a lightsaber, so you're limited to melee attacks and stuff. So the space in which you can shoot people, you don't have like a big sniper rifle to just OP people from the
What
other side of
happens
the
when
map.
you stop being Darth Vader?
You go back to just a normal
But
character.
does Darth Vader die?
So
Or-
you had multiple different characters to pick out of. When
yeah,
you,
and when you finish being that character,
yeah,
how
Darth
does that
Vader will
happen?
die and then fade away,
he
and
does die.
someone else can be Darth Vader.
If
yeah.
that's the case,
Which is
then
what
yes, I
Reese
agree
is
with
saying.
Reese.
Like, it doesn't fit within the sort of universe.
I think that would.
and you think that after they bring it out, Disney's going all
Unless
about
it's,
shit.
unless
Did
the
they-
game is a search and destroy type thing where everyone only has one life, then no one should respawn.
No, but that's not what he's getting at. He's getting at like the
Like
canon
I
and
understand the
story of Star
stormtroopers
Wars.
against the rebels.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I know a lot about Star Wars.
But you still don't like it.
Yeah. But then when all the heroes come into it, it just doesn't make complete sense if they just die
Yeah.
and then get respawned because it makes sense if stormtroopers, because they're stupid, and rebels,
They're
because
expendable.
they will die.
But it's just a battle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just one battle.
yeah.
So it
Darth
removes
Vader
you
doesn't
from the
no,
universe.
you don't see Darth Vader getting killed by a rebel. Pew!
it removes you from the universe.
Yeah.
It separates you from the whole.
Like, it would probably be a good game.
But unless he sort of just gets defeated, and then, like I said, he's just like picked up by a whatever.
he goes
maybe he's
into
just like,
He has to sit down and have a breather.
Yeah, he just lied down.
time
for the
out,
moment.
guys. Time out.
and when you walk past him, you'd really hear him go.
Yeah, he means he's
Luke, do you have
No. After he's not the puffer, he's like. So anyway, chaps, I'm just wondering.
As I was saying, I am the voice of a black man. Because he was, wasn't he? He's the voice
It
of
was James Earl Jones.
the guy who's
It was Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
saw a picture that someone at one of the toy shops had put Scar toy, and Mufasa was like holding on to like the shelf. So Scar was like holding on to him.
Oh, that's pretty fun. I get what you're putting down.
I was waiting for Darth Vader to make an appearance in that story.
I thought it was going to be like Darth Vader would have like Mufasa's head like wedged on him or something, like Andy from like Toy Story would have
They had
done.
a lightsaber.
Yeah. So Star Wars, yeah, cool. Are you going to get it when it comes out?
Yeah.
Are you going to get it when it comes out?
No.
It's 2016. It's 2016, isn't it?
Is it?
No, it's this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's when the movie
Yeah,
comes
end
out.
of the year.
Why am I
It
the one
is.
talking about this game so much and I don't like Star
No, you are.
Wars?
I remember now. It was like the 18th or 16th of just before the movie. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
2 days before the movie.
Yeah, because the movie comes out this year, and so does the game. I'm going to check it out now.
And there's pre-order DLC.
Yeah,
Or
that annoyed me immediately.
Of course there is.
Battle of
Dice.
Jakku or something.
And
which
EA.
ties in with
Is it EA? Is it EA? Yeah.
That's what
an EA,
annoyed me
yeah.
when I like went onto the website and the pre-order business. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a freaking EA game.
I don't mind if everyone can access that. Like if it's store exclusive DLC, I hate that.
Yeah, that's not.
But pre-order, if anyone can pre-order it from anywhere and to get it, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
but when it's online, majority of the time online. Okay, so then, I want to play with this people, or I can't now play in that match.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the DLC comes out anymore where it limits you to who you play with.
I'm pretty sure
Like,
that's
it's just
timed as
like-
well. Like
Then I'll just unlock.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
silly
would-
skin stuff.
I would surely hope that they would do the same thing as what they're doing with Battlefield and do a single player campaign.
there won't be.
I don't think it will be.
Why wouldn't they? But like
And that's
they
why I
have
won't be getting
such
it.
a vast world that they could work on, and they have the rights to it.
Because it's
why wouldn't
Disney,
they?
and they're saving it for down the line where they can suck more cash out of
But
it.
all they need
Which
to do is
I
a
have
shooter,
no
like
issue
literally,
with.
like
I literally have no issue with Disney just like
Will you
doing
be- you'll be
this
getting
to Star
Battlefront?
Wars.
You'll be in
I'll be
Battlefront?
getting Battlefront. I'll be watching the movie. I'll be watching the spin-off movie. I'll be buying the toy of the bad guy because he looks cool.
with his broken
Kylo
crucifix.
What
Yeah.
else has happened?
Anyway, comes out a month before Star Wars.
Is
the
it a
movie.
full month?
Full
I thought it
month,
was something-
November 17.
Oh,
Which
Yeah.
kind of fits in with why the Battle of Jakku would come out on the movie release after the time exclusive. I'm probably just making that up. I might be remembering it from
sense.
somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Who knows?
Dun, 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 dun.
Now-
I wonder if there's ships in
Yeah,
it.
what else has happened?
Bloodborne has come out.
Yeah, it has.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, okay. So Reese and I have both purchased Bloodborne.
Reese was really happy with his purchase.
Yeah.
Lucas tried to
Was your
goad me
Facebook
into
photo
getting it.
doing
I
the
said
moves?
a hard no.
That's it.
If I had a plasma screen, the word Bloodborne would be imprinted on my television. And I would not be happy about it because then it would remind me of this game and how many times I saw that screen.
Was there day one downloads?
No.
Oh, really?
There's been no DLC.
No, not DLC, like day one
Update.
update, yeah.
How's the update? What?
2 gig or something?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, not bad. It's pretty big.
Yeah,
It is big.
that's
It's
starting
not
to get
Master
substantial.
Chief
But you can
Collection
still play
big,
the
but-
game
Yeah.
without
Uh,
the update.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a pretty good off topic but quickly? I downloaded Abe's Odyssey, the free one through PS4 Plus. Yep. And there we go, we got there. It was, I'd paused the update, like I'd started downloading it, I was downloading an update for a game that I was trying to play, so
GTA.
whatever it was. But I'd paused Abe's Odyssey, went into my paused downloads, it was 4.7 gig for the game, 2.3 gig for an update. I was like, what? I was like, how is that the update? And it was all just a digital copy.
Yeah.
Why was it not just...
All in one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like when we were talking to Nick the other week, and he was talking about like the updates for Screen Cheat, and it just literally was updated. So maybe half the game was literally patched.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what a lot of developers are doing to prevent piracy. I can't remember if it was City Skyline, I think. They're just patching the game every day
Oh, really?
and making it better and better and better. And
Well, it makes it really hard
Yeah,
to-
eventually the pirates just gave up. They're like, it's too much effort to crack the game, upload it, and then a day later they have to do it again.
Every update, yeah.
They're like, stuff it. So I think it's really good idea. You get a better quality game with lots and lots of new content, and the developers are getting the money
And you
for
don't
it.
have to
made
wait
so
for
much
a
money.
massive patch for, like, sometimes whether it's a balance thing or if it's stability things,
Yep.
or they can just like, yeah, we fixed this one particular thing. Only problem is there's probably more likely you could just create an extra bug. Like you
Yeah.
could patch a thing that's, are they testing it correctly?
All right, let's go back to
Yeah,
Bloodborne.
back, sorry.
Okay, so Bloodborne is a game, I'm going to run through description, where you are a character who has woken up in a chair and then you... A chair. Yep.
Like in a room or?
In a room.
Okay.
With
And
a
then-
guy.
With a guy, a creepy looking
But
guy.
just quick background too, Luke, of the the developer, the
The
main
developers
guy.
from Software as well, yeah.
They're called From Software?
They're called From Software.
Are these,
yeah.
Is it linked to Dark Souls or Demon Souls or the same?
It's not
concept
linked,
as that?
not linked, but
Practically
it's-
the exact same thing.
I haven't
But all the
played-
Dark Souls and Demon Souls would be like, no, it's not. They are completely different games. Is that your
But
phone,
it's the
Doug?
same lead developer.
Whose phone was that?
Yeah, I told you, 40 minutes until my roast was done.
All right, yeah, so
Doug will
it's,
be back in a minute. Maybe with his meal.
we should make some waiting Doug music.
Some waiting Doug music. That'd be go too long. Doug's fine. He doesn't have to talk about this.
Yeah, true.
Nothing to add.
So, Bloodborne.
Anyway, okay, yeah, so anyway, made by the same guys that make the Dark Souls games and Demon Souls, and it's
It's
really
more of a creature based instead of
what is that so
it's a lot of
noisy?
chicken noise. More of a creature based game instead of no, they are more creature, but it's what would you call it?
It's set in a H.P. Lovecraftian world, which is like a dystopian London horror theme.
Yeah.
Hack and slash, third person.
It's
RPG,
third person
Hack and
combat
slash,
strategy.
But yeah, you got to be. This is the reason why
So you
I
lock onto someone and you have to know the way they sort of fight.
So you hack and slash carefully.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's a very timed precision fighting. And each... Doug, just come over here and ask something, because no one can hear anything.
I'm just asking you.
no one can hear that.
So it's very timed precision fighting.
Yeah.
And each different enemy has a different style of fighting. So there's a guy with a pitchfork, a pitchfork who'll run up and just fully stab before he even stops. There's other guys who'll run up and then they'll stop and then they'll swing an axe at you. There's other guys who'll run up swinging their arms and stuff. So you got to know which character is which and what sort of fighting
There's
style
werewolves
they
that look like they walk to you
Are
slowly
there
and then
only,
they just go mental.
6 of these, like many characters use the same kind of fighting style, or does every
There's
single character
tons
have
of
a
different
do.
creatures.
There's tons of different ones, but each one that looks the same, because the multiples identical,
Right.
have the same.
Okay,
So, anyway, you'll start the game off and you walk around this room and you leave through a door and stuff, and then there's a werewolf in there. And the game just sort of throws you in. It doesn't explain really anything. It's just like, as you're walking along, there's little things that pop up out of the ground that say, this button will do this button will do
So
that.
it does give you some kind of initial tool tips on.
Yeah, very short and stuff.
Not very well.
Yeah.
Not well at all.
Because
Missed
like,
that up too
Well,
bad.
this is after you see this werewolf, you get killed.
Yeah.
And then it has the tutorial pretty much.
Can you
Oh, is
defeat
it?
that
But
werewolf?
the tutorial that it is, as I was saying, I didn't really explain it to you at all. So you try and fight this werewolf, you die, then you then go to
the
this
Hunter's Dream.
Hunter's Dream.
Right.
So it's kind of like the
Purgatory, what you're
Yeah.
trying to...
yeah.
Suburgatory.
It's a purgatory.
Subway.
And you walk around this area and there's these little ghastly things. And if you go near them, then you click read
They're not-
note or
you're
whatever.
talking about the little white friggin'
Yeah.
vagina faces?
Yeah.
They literally look like vagina faces.
Strange looking vaginas.
That's kind of horrible.
And then they say, you can click this button to do this. And if you don't find all them, then you don't know what every button does. One thing that I obviously didn't find was how to fucking heal yourself.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't find at the start was how to
Attach your weapon.
So I ran through like an hour and a half of the game, literally doing judo chops to all these fucking bad guys, right? And the power difference between...
That sounds like Dark Souls.
Yeah, the power difference between like just your melee hand to like having a weapon, it can be like a 1/10 the amount of like damage that you do. So that werewolf at the start race, I killed him with my bare hands. It took me probably 10 deaths to get back.
Jesus.
And this was when like I threw the controller down. I haven't rage quit a game in a long time, but I literally was like, this game is shit. I'm not playing this. I turned to Lauren and I was like, no, stop watching. I'm turning it off. So I threw the controller down, left it for like a day, went back to it the next day, defeated him, and I'm like, oh, I feel much better and stuff, you know. But the only way I could defeat him was literally not just doing normal attacks. I had to time a jump to stand behind him, knock him down on his feet, and then rip my hand into his chest and pull out his heart. Jeez. That was the only way I could kill the werewolf at the start. And then I had to do that for every character for the next couple of hours.
Again, if you do that, you die, then everything comes back again, no matter what. The aim of it is you need to run through... You get points, you come back to the dream world, you upgrade your character. If you get run through, you get tons of points and you die, all your points go.
So point A to point B or point A?
However...
It's a pretty big area, so you kind of got to like explore. But the more you explore, the more you die.
Right.
However, the game, you can go from the very start of the game to the very end of the game without a single load screen.
I would love to see
like
anyone do that.
Miami.
Like yeah. So...
Hotline
the
Miami.
thing Reece is talking about...
Memorise where everyone is.
Oh, yeah.
The thing Reece is talking about, the points are called blood echoes. If you die, your blood echoes either get absorbed into an enemy close by or are just left on the ground. So if you go back to where you died, you can pick them back up.
Right.
Right.
Do they disappear after a certain amount of time?
They disappear if you die again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's exactly like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Souls, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Now, because I was playing the game and I learnt how to attach my weapon very early in, so I defeated the werewolf. Props to me. But then what I didn't realise was I think I started doing something where I'd use a stab thing and that would take health away from me.
So you push up on the D-pad and then you stab yourself with something which makes your attack faster.
But it takes away some of your health. Now, I was doing that multiple times, and that would actually lower my health. I didn't understand it if it would make my...
He's like, faster, Dad.
Yeah. So whatever they see on the camera when you're doing that, it looks disgusting. So, stab myself, lose health, then I die. It took me a whole day of playing it. I played it, I die, I can't heal myself. I get so far in the game with like piss all health, and then I die, and I'm like, great. So there goes all those souls, there goes, or whatever you call them, blood echoes, everything. And then I was like, I can't do this. I kept turning the brain. I'm like, I can't do this.
So far in the game, like towards the end of the game, or
no, this is right at the
first
start.
area.
Is that area? Wow.
Yes, which I think I spent about 8 hours on. Still not getting past anything because I'm horrible at it. I'm a kind of guy that I'm a Rambo. I run in, I attack things, I get hurt.
See, whereas I like the stealth games, whereas I'll stand there and watch and wait till one person's there, sneak up and like throw a rock so that he comes over at me, I'll run away and then just be fighting one person and I'll go back and forth.
And then after a day of telling Lucas, no, fuck this game, I'm going to get rid of it, I'm sick of this, it makes me very angry, games should be fun, this is not fun.
Were,
I'm going home to play it now. That's all it was. I'm like, I don't care, I'm selling this game. And
take
then
my copy now.
Luke told me you could heal yourself. Dude, you're holding triangle. Whoa. And I was like, alright, so we'll give that a go. Still sucked at it, decided to sell that game another hour later. So got a friend that came over, gave me some money. All good.
Nice.
So I'm not as angry anymore. But it's a game that because, like, honestly, it's my fault. I'm shit at it. And I accept that. But I would happily watch someone play this game. Because one, I like a game that has a lot of story to it. This game had piss all story
at
nothing. The moment that I've gotten so far. Like, you've passed the first boss.
Yeah, still no story.
Still no story.
You just walk up to the first boss and he's like, and just laughs at you.
I thought I was going to be really happy with this because did you make your character look
No, I just picked
cool?
basic.
Basic. See, I made my character look like He-Man.
Did you?
But he looked sort of like He-Man, so I called him He-ish Man. And he had awesome He-Man hair, really blonde.
I didn't even know you could... actually, yeah, I did. I ran through and I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to pick Doug.
So I think... Who was the first character I tried to make? I think I tried to make Doctor Who...
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. And I was like, too hard. I'll make He-Man. He's a cartoon character. Yep, sweet, made him. Because I saw the hair. You can pick women hair, and then you can pick this really gross bob with shaved under. And I was like, that's He-Man. I'm like, fuck yeah. Masculine, make him have creepy brows. But now I'm never going to use him again because the game's gone. So, because I suck.
I've really enjoyed this game. And
like, we are polar opposites of this game.
Very much. But I was...
Yeah, because you hated it, he likes it.
That's exactly it. Thank you very much.
However, I had the exact same thoughts as you when I first got the game, and it was
you kept saying that to me as I kept saying I hate it.
Yeah, I know, but you only quit twice, whereas I quit 3 or 4 times.
I don't understand for a man that doesn't finish a lot of games why you would even want to attempt this game.
The premise of the satisfaction. The satisfaction of just beating that one person and not letting this game defeat.
The whole time Luke plays it, he hears that song, "Push me," and then just hurts me till I can get my satisfaction.
Do you have fun playing it, or do you get fun from the satisfaction and the achievement?
No, I have a lot of fun playing this game.
Okay.
And
you would probably have more fun if you played this on Xbox and you got gamer score instead of trophies. You'd be like, I did this and I got something else.
I don't care about the trophy. It's the...
Why doesn't
it's a
PlayStation
game which
just blatantly copy gamerscore?
They do.
Probably
it's called
trademark.
Trophies.
Yeah, but they're terrible.
Are there numbers associated with
terrible.
the trophies?
They're the exact same thing.
But they just
They're
give
just
you
called
a trophy.
trophies.
Yeah.
Platinum trophies, gold trophies, bronze, silver.
It seems less of a thing than just an overall
Number,
game score.
Yeah.
People like scores.
Yeah, no, people like accumulation. So
Accumulation.
the game, as we've mentioned, doesn't explain very much about what to do, and it's the only game...
All he said at the start was, this is going to feel like a bad dream. And you're like, yeah, well, fuck yeah, it is, because I want to wake up. So it sucks.
But I haven't had the interaction with other people that have played this game as like you used to have when you had an old school game on 64 or Super Nintendo when there was no internet. Okay? And it's talking to other people. And I was at a point where I'd walked through this whole area, killed everyone, and there was this big giant ogre guy trying to bash through a door. And he, like, I could kill him, but when I kept going upstairs, the werewolves would keep killing me. And I was just like, oh, this is so frustrating. And I was talking to a friend at work, and she was like, oh, yeah, those, don't go up there. I'm like, what are you talking about? That is the only pathway to go. And she's like, no, there's a bunch of barrels which you smash, which reveals this hidden area that you go down and unlocks the entire bottom section of the map. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? So I did that and then went in this entire bottom area and had lots of cool fun adventures.
With what you just said there about like a 64 game, that was going to be my comment before. With it feels like, and obviously all the rest kind of not in the series or within from these guys have been similar. Like the fact that it resets all the characters
and everything.
That it's hellishly hard. Like they've just like wound up. Like you just have to grind and beat each different person.
And like every time you get to a spot, you need to remember how that character reacted and what their moves were and how you need to respond to it.
Like obviously not the play style, but it feels like a game that could have been a Super Nintendo game or something that had limitations in the past because you couldn't have save points. It just wound you back to reset you died, reset level.
And you had to write down notes like, this is what I have to do here.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. And then games weren't long. Like I wonder what speed runs if you were legitimately just really good at this game, didn't die.
This game's big.
I wonder how long it would be.
I'm talking to some people at work and stuff, and they're like up to level 80 something and still only partway through the game.
But if you didn't keep dying, I wonder how long it would be.
Oh yeah.
The frustration that I felt in this game was about the same frustration that I felt of the Super Nintendo The Lion King game. When you get so far in the level in the world, and you get to the giraffe level, and then you die, and then you have to start again from the start.
See, that's what I mean. It's a throwback to the old school feelings and stuff. And like
we moved on from that, man.
No, but then it's so good.
I don't understand. The fact that you didn't go online, you were just like, I was talking. It'd be like you're at school and you're talking.
You could have gone online
people about it.
I could have, but I
didn't
want to
pissed
ruin.
Off at the game.
Yeah. Give up. And I didn't want to ruin any story. surprises. So
I thought there was no story yet.
I know there isn't, but like there is at the same time. It's the story and like things you find. Like you pick
you
something
think you're
up
going to go
and
online
read
and someone's going to be like, Darth Vader's your dad. What?
No. There's a basic overall story, and the other thing is like the characters will say stuff to you, and you got to sort of try and figure out what they're doing. Like you are this very generic looking person, all right.
Well,
you
were.
I wasn't. Anyway, small, skinny. You run around. Everyone is like twice as tall as you with freaking twice as fat faces and like big axes and shit. So you're a really odd looking person in this world, but they're all meant to be people. However, when they come up to you, they don't have like this weird voice. They have like a normal voice, but they say things to you like, "Get away from me, beast," and stuff like this. And you're like, what is going on? And you're like, is everything the opposite? Like, are these normal looking people and I'm the like monster?
Psycho.
But
that has
to me,
that has tailored outfit made for me.
yeah, I know. But to me, I look like a normal person. Everyone's a monster. Like, and that's why I'm like, oh, this is a cool sort of premise and stuff. Like,
You're actually in a mall just murdering everybody.
yeah, it could be Dead Rising 4, but like, yeah. So that's what sort of kept me going, is to try and figure this out. And I wanted to get up to the first boss because I still hadn't got up to it, even though you had. But you can't level up in this game, and this is another thing, until you get this second bar number, which is called Insight. You have to have 1 Insight to be able to start using your blood echoes that you accumulate to actually level up.
Right.
That either is when you first see the boss, which is a fair way through the start of the game, or when you go all the way down to the bottom of the map and you find this mask, which you then break down to have one. And I only knew there was a mask down the bottom because when I was talking to a friend at work, she was like, oh, there's this mask down there, and you break that, you get this, and then you can start leveling up. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. So
Of similar sort of thing of you haven't wanted to go online, I've come to the same thing of what I've been playing and have stopped because I've got fed up with it. And I don't think it's meant to be difficult. I think I may have just missed it. It's just Ori and the Blind Forest, or Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm stuck on a section and I have no idea what to do. Don't want to go online. I'm like, I feel it's just going to be a stupid, easy thing. Like, I don't think anything in the game is designed to be overly difficult.
Yeah, you just can't figure out what the single thing. Yeah, you're looking too far, looking too hard at it.
Yeah,
A new set of eyes.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I'm just going to stop for a bit, because if I look, it's just going to be a really stupid, easy thing, and then I'm like,
why didn't I just figure that out?
And I've just enjoyed, like, there's been a couple...
Because you don't feel accomplished when you're...
Yeah, back on with what you were saying as well. Yeah. And someone else, I was reading someone's review on it, and they'd said the same thing. Like, there was a couple of times they were like, bang, he's like, I was looking at it as too complex as a problem, and the game's not meant to be. Or the fact that there's like some weird jumping mechanics that you don't always know if you have went the right way. That game really doesn't hold your hand that often. Like, sometimes
you could level up some certain thing,
and it's a fully open map as well. And there's like skill bits that, like a game progression, and then there's extra bits that you just level up yourself. So it's hard to know. You're like, do I need to go this way? Do I need something unlocked so that I can do something else? And I'm at that section.
Another thing, like when I first started Bloodborne, I didn't have the patch downloaded, so I was playing just the single player offline mode. But there's an online mode, and I don't know if you played it with the online mode.
Not with it, but
not with. That makes it so much better because
it's instant shit.
Sorry,
people say watch out for
another person who's played the game can leave a note for someone using words that are in the game. So you can't just type it out saying there is blah 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 here and you have to do this. You have to pick certain phrases and whatnot, like foe waits ahead and stuff. So, and you can leave a note there. So as you're walking about, you'll see a note or something like that, and you go up and read it, and it might say beware of man, fish or something like that, or man beast. And then you're like, okay, something. And to me, that hasn't ruined the game at all. It's actually enhanced it a lot more.
Makes you anticipate things and you get prepared.
Yeah, because I've walked up to like a set of stairs and it had beware of foe, and I was like, okay, so I walked up the stairs, and then this foe walked around the corner. I was like, all right, bitch, come on. And I just got my sword out and stuff. And I was
At least it keeps it within the game universe by having all predefined phrases as well, and people not just writing.
Yeah. I don't understand why I even thought I would enjoy this game, because I tried Dark Souls and was very upset with that as well.
I didn't expect myself to enjoy it at all. And there's another game I have to ask you, because I can't remember if you enjoyed it, and that was FTL.
Yeah, I actually did enjoy that.
You did really enjoy FTL, okay.
I didn't really enjoy it, but I did enjoy it.
You did
Not as
enjoy
much as you.
No.
It wasn't like FTL for like 20
See, I
podcasts.
loved FTL, and then I was talking to someone else who's played Bloodborne, and they loved the Souls series of games. And they're like, FTL was a really hard game as well, and very system-based and repetitive. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly what Bloodborne is, just not in a 3D environment. So I can understand why I like it now, because you remember when I was talking about Hitman? How, like, you get the idea of exactly how the gameplay system works and stuff, and I enjoyed just playing it like that. That's how Bloodborne is for me, is there is a certain system of mechanics in this game, and that's how I like to play. So
That's very similar to Elite Dangerous, in that it's no real instruction, very specific way of playing it. And
I don't think... Do you know what Elite Dangerous is?
Nope.
No. Elite Dangerous? Yeah, Douglas. Do you want to give Race a brief description?
Yeah.
Of Elite
And the
Dangerous?
world. Hello, Internet.
Did you ever play Free Space?
Nope.
No? Alright, so basically...
Did you ever play a space sim?
SpaceX.
Do you understand the concept of space?
Yes.
Right, so you're in space.
It's
and
not
you have
real.
a ship, you fly around. It doesn't really tell you anything past that. There were no instructions. I started playing it, and I'm just glad that my mate Zach had already played it. I was like, how do you do this? How do you do this? He's like, start your engines, get your ship, fly off. You can essentially be a pirate. You can track down the players and steal their loot.
Yep.
You
Oh,
can
it's
be-
online only now, isn't it?
It is online, yes, but
Only.
you can play...
Only.
Only.
No, because it was was it Kickstarted or?
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a continuation, because there's other Elite games.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was Elite 2, I think.
Yeah.
It's by Frontier Games.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a screenshot of their old game, and it's like really old. They probably had 100 pixels on the screen kind of thing. And you were in space, you were flying a ship, really, really basic. And this is just a really advanced version of that.
Yeah, and
You know?
Wing Commander series and all the
Yeah.
rest.
So you're in your ship, you fly around, you can buy different kinds of ships to suit your different purposes. You can mine and collect ores and things like that, and trade and make runs. You can do missions for the Navy, for the Federation. You can advance there. You can
Where's the danger come
hunt
into
down.
this?
Well, you can hunt down people, and there's people hunting you down.
That is quite dangerous.
Danger!
The dangerous is a rank that you can get. So you can be elite, and then your rank is the dangerous. So you can be there's exploration.
Elite, not too dangerous.
So is it kind of like
Elite
Eve?
winner.
in a way?
I'm elite, mostly harmless right now.
Is it like Eve?
It's not like even the fact that it's free-form flight throughout the galaxy.
Right.
And the galaxy is a one-to-one representation of our galaxy. It's freaking huge.
Yeah, Doug was like, here's Sol, which is the Earth Sol
I've
system
got to
area.
Sol, by the way.
And I was like, what's over there? And he's like scrolled in and zoom right in close to like the center. And he's like, click there. And I'm like, how long would that take? And he's like, 10,000 years. And
Wasn't.
if he went go and started flying at the speed he was at,
You have to make
it's
hyperspace jumps.
it's realistically 10,000 years.
Not realistically 10,000. You could travel to the center of the galaxy using, if you had like the best hyperspace drive, they call it a frameshift drive, but if you had the best gear of the whole thing, it'd probably take you 3 or 4 months, maybe even more. And that's just
Of
constant,
real time.
Just jump.
This
jump.
is real time. This is you sitting in front of your computer going jump.
And there are
jump.
people that
this
do
is
that.
jump and bump, but in
And
space.
they get to systems that have never been discovered by another human before, because it's a lot of it is. I don't know if it's procedurally generated. It would have to be, but there's no other player has been to this system, and they'll discover it. They'll scan it. The star is named in a certain way. They get benefits for that. They scan all of these systems, and then they can sell that scanned data to the computer, like to the NPCs in the game, and you can make a lot of money from that. And that's one of the ways that people play the game.
So will this initially use with a game like this, because their worlds are constantly expanding? Does that mean that they would have to be updating their servers constantly and enlarging their servers?
Well, I think all of the data is there for those systems.
But if it's procedurally generated, wouldn't that be then a solid?
I guess
No,
in
no,
a
the
world-
whole world is
procedurally-
procedurally generated.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so it's not procedurally generated for each person.
Correct.
It's on the server. It was procedurally generated.
Every system is an instance that anyone can go to,
Yeah.
and it's the same for everybody.
It's like when you start a
So
Minecraft
the areas,
map.
yeah.
the whole world is procedurally generated, but then that's it. It's not as you continue walking out, it's generated.
And if you're playing online with everyone else, they see the same world that you're in. But if you're playing on your own single-player game, that might be slightly different, or it might evolve slightly differently than everyone who's online.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So it's basically Star Citizen, but the game that's out already.
Yeah.
And No Man's Sky, but less colourful.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
And the freeform flight and being able to land on planets is coming in a future update.
So No Man's Sky comes out soon.
Yep.
Yeah. And that does
No Man's Sky HD.
That does actually come out pretty soon, doesn't it?
It's going to be Star Citizen with a 60 gig less of textures.
Yeah.
And less wanking about. Ooh, you put on a helmet. Oh my
I asked Ben
God.
that. I was like, do you have to like do much? He's like, well, you have to click this button here and unlock this dock and click over here and push this shift and then you can start flying off. And I was like, did you have to put on a helmet? He's like, no. I was like, well, then that's fine.
You're in your ship.
No one would get excited.
That gets to the extent of you control your thrusters to go forward, to move, up and down, left and right, and that's and you do rotation and stuff. But where it gets a little bit involved is that when you approach a station, you have to be within a certain distance, and you have to request to dock. And once you're allowed to dock, you get to go through, drop your landing gear, and land. That's really it. You just control your movement.
What happens if you die?
If you die, it depends on... You essentially have to buy your ship back. If you can't afford to buy your ship back, you take a loan from the Federation to buy your gear back, then you have to pay them back. So at the moment, I've got a pretty heavily decked out ship. If I die, I can choose to get just my ship back, or I can choose which one of the components I've bought that I want to buy back as well. And it would cost about 150,000 credits to get all that back.
So substantial within the game
It's
economy.
substantial, yeah. At the moment, the most money I've ever made is about 500,000 credits.
Yep.
So if I die, for me, it's a really big loss.
Yep.
But there's people out there who have millions and millions of credits, but the more money you have, the better gear you'll have. So no matter how far you progress through the game, dying is still a heavy consequence.
Yeah, cool.
But I thought about getting the game and just having a cargo ship and just being able to make runs and make lots of money, but then I'd need Ben to actually be a part of my wing.
Yeah. You can still get some level of weapons, but no matter who you are, you're still going to be... If you're playing in an NPC-based world, which is what we're doing at the moment, we're not playing with other players, it's just me, two mates, and NPCs.
Can you invite people to that world?
Yeah, it's a private game.
Okay, so it's on their servers or on?
Yes.
Can you then
on their
use?
servers.
Can you then use your player and go to an online world?
Yeah,
with
I
the
can.
exact same stuff.
Yep, my player stays the same. I can shift from that private game to the Elite online world with everybody else and just continue playing.
Can you go back?
Yeah, I can go back after that.
So it's like you're going to different realities.
Kinda, yeah.
Did you end up playing Life is Strange episode 2, Doug?
Yes.
And you finished it?
Yep.
So you haven't played it episode 2, but did you
Oh,
feel
you
like...
haven't?
No.
I thought you said you
He's
did.
been too busy
No.
with Bloodborne.
Yeah, screaming and crying. Did it expand the story more than what you wanted?
What do you
Because
mean?
like
What
you
I
said,
want?
you really enjoyed it, even
Yeah.
after the first episode.
Yep.
And has that's made you want to go back for more? So have you enjoyed this story more than what like the Walking Dead story has given you?
Only.
Huh? Online.
Well, this one's a little different, I guess, to Walking Dead in terms of, I guess, the
Do you
no
reality.
like that the
zombies.
story of being a young teenager girl relates to you the most?
Yeah, that's the best. I understand the issues, but no,
All
like
the tissues.
that
The fuck up.
the story that expands and evolves within Walking Dead, I feel, is a lot more about relationships.
Yeah.
Because the background's already set. Like it's, you kind of know what's happening because
Yeah, you know the world.
yeah, exactly. And then they set the very specific one within season 1, and like that has its story arc of
Yeah.
what you're trying to achieve. And then series 2 obviously diverges a different way, and you still want to know what's going to happen, but you're really more worried about what's going to happen to the characters.
Yeah, okay.
In this, I haven't felt attached to any other character at all. Probably not even like it's the story. I guess I want to
Yeah,
know
the
what's
whole
going
premise of
on.
what's gonna
but
happen.
even the main character, the girl, I don't feel as attached to her as I did as any character I would have in Walking Dead.
Okay.
But the story really intrigues me, and I like the premise, the rewind thing, is quite clever.
It's clever, but do you feel like it's a necessary element in the game? For episode 1 at least, I felt like it was just like, hey, you have to do this, otherwise you can't pass this area, so do it, and do it right.
What I found, and the thing I'd said to you when I hadn't played it, and I still couldn't help but feel this the whole time, is anytime someone puts in such a cool mechanic like that. So Ben, do you know about this game at all?
I've heard of it, and I heard that it had some really weird bugs that...
Oh, that was one.
That's essentially...
So it was bad lip sync, like horrible.
Lip sync.
Which is really
Have they
odd.
improved it?
I don't think so. Not when I played. Yeah.
That's why I put subtitles on, you force yourself to look at it.
But then the weird thing though, I took some screenshots, like I played on PC. There were some really beautiful moments of the game, but then just horrible lip sync, which that's so stupid.
Kind of disconnected from it.
See, I didn't find any bugs in the game when I
I
played it.
didn't. So that's weird.
That's all I know about is from what I read on Kotaku, and they're like, look at how weird this game is. This shouldn't be happening in a game or something like that.
And they're just talking about the lip sync.
Games aren't meant to be
I didn't
weird.
see any of that.
Yeah.
That's what these
They were just like, hold up, is this Assassin's Creed?
Apart from there was a couple of puzzles that you had to use rewind time to solve, but they told you. And then there was a couple of times where they're like, are you sure that's the decision you want to make? And then you can go back and do it. And then even after you go back and do the other thing, they're like, oh, this has this. The other thing that annoyed me, they specifically say, like characters within the game say the word consequence. This is going to have consequences. Like, fuck you, stop jamming narration. Like, it was really heavy-handed. And at the start, like, the chick's clearly having a dream, wakes up, she's like, oh, I was just having a dream in class. No fucking shit. Like, we understand. Like, there was
Just
times
saying,
that
like...
they really smashed
It's like
the narrative
a lot,
into
a lot of the speech in the game is like it's been written as a book before it's become a game.
Yeah, it was clunky. It wasn't natural within the universe, but they talk to you like I said. There was words that I felt they used that it's like how people would talk about The Walking Dead, like as in you know they say stuff that seemed like they were game words, like about the game. So they, like I said, the fact that like this will have consequences later.
Were they like, your decision is going to affect Julie?
No.
Next week.
I feel
and
like
what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You shouldn't tell me this. It's like literally the easy mode of The Walking Dead turned on all the time.
Yeah, a bit weird that
Because you can rewind and go, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, you know, on The Walking Dead, how you can select if it pops up if that decision has made.
Clementine will remember that.
Yeah. This person will remember that.
I think a lot of the time as well, but that I don't know if like we might not have done the actual game the right way. That when you learn stuff, you can actually rewind time. You still have that memory, and you can use that to your advantage. Yeah, and I don't know if I didn't really do that unless it told me to do that.
I think I did a few of those, but that was my other
like when you try to show off to the skatey guy.
Does it have that as a concept in the game? Like, is it the whole time travel thing part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever tried going back in time completely?
Can't kill her.
Yeah, oh, you can't? See, I tried. I went till it went pretty red, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I tried.
What would be amazing if in like a later episode you went back and did one tiny little thing which you didn't think had a consequence, and then like it like jumped, and then there were fucking dinosaurs or some shit all around. It's like, what the shit?
Yeah, that'd be a cool little slash.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a cool like little Easter egg?
I'm sure you want to do that.
Whether you enjoyed the soundtrack, I loved the soundtrack to it. Like, I felt like it was a good set piece within the, you know, chick her age, heaps of alternative little cool artists and stuff.
Should get onto this game.
And it was like
pretty cool.
There's some cool cinematic moments within the game. And the well, you haven't finished episode 2, but like the finishing sequence of episode 2 was really cool. Like
sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just like they kind of like went around a heap of the pivotal characters. As in, you're going to see what's going to freaking happen now. Like, as in, hey, you've done all these things to all these people, and now what's going to happen in the next episode? So,
timing-wise, they're coming out pretty quick as well. So I think they've come out every month.
February, already got in May.
March, April, and there's one coming out. I think it was March and April. So one coming out this month.
I just bought the season pass. I was like, I'd seen enough of it. Everyone seemed to, and for the price, it just seems like. And I love Walking Dead. I was like, just the good sort of thing that I can consume easily in video game format.
It annoys me when you see people complain about Walking Dead and Life is Strange when they
That's my favourite game!
Well, no, when they go, oh my god, I paid $30 for this game. Well, no, it's normally like 25 or something. 25 for this game. There's only one episode. This is just bullshit. And you're just like, no, you're about to get a game that's worth about 10 hours. And that's a real cheap price for a 10-hour game. That's very story-based. So, but people go, oh, it's not even fully completed yet. And you're like, you're just a fucking retard. And you don't understand that this is an episodical game.
And it gives you a good option. If it come out and you play it all in one hit, you're probably less likely, let's try that with a different character. Like, they give you the 3 saves, and you would be a lot more likely, I've still got another 2 weeks before it comes out. Maybe I'll quickly smash out another save.
Because an episode's like 1 hour to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Roughly.
You say that, but it takes me ages.
Yeah, it's probably because you don't hold shift to, like, walk a little bit faster.
That was
Majority
you
of the
in
time.
the order.
Yeah, it's all the time.
You're like, if they just walk everywhere.
Yeah, I worked out you got to click.
Can't even heal.
At that Bloodborne.
But yeah, just sort of a silly thing that everyone had commented about. Like I said, the damn lip sync, because it's Unreal Engine, so I don't understand. Like, I have not in
Perhaps
recent
it's like-
memory.
Maybe that might be a thing in a lot of games that takes a lot of time.
No,
because
but
it's a game that's pushed out very
I just
quickly.
know, like, Valve made an auto one, like, for Source.
Yeah, but it could be like when Heavy Rain came out, it was all recorded in another dialogue, so they had to lip sync all English. And it's like, this is a game by Japanese developers.
You've just answered that.
So, it could have been like originally recorded for Japanese and like lip synced to the Japanese dialogue. And it's like when you watch an anime and they're just like,
dub.
hey!
I think it's like European. Now that you say
I thought
that.
it was Square Enix, but it could be European, so it could be originally like recorded to European actors and lip sync to that, and then they just have to record over the voice. But it is a game which should be able to lip sync it.
There's so much side content in this game. Like, I feel like more than Walking Dead. Like, there's a lot of posters and things that you can read.
It's probably more than the order in the first like 2 minutes of the game.
No, for sure. There is Your Band Smart, but they're definitely...
Yeah.
But it's in really small doses. Like, here's a missing poster, and there's heaps of little stuff along the way.
Cool. All right. Ben, bring us down.
Bring us down.
Yeah.
Bring us on down.
Take us home. Finish the podcast.
Go fix your roast.
Thank our listeners.
All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, if you're watching. We talked about some cool stuff. We had a good time. We learned some things.
You can find us on the Twitter sphere, Ben. The
Twitter sphere?
The
Really?
Twitter sphere at Trusty Crowbar AU.
Read our tweets.
Yeah, exactly, on the Twitter sphere.
On
You can
YouTube?
find us on the YouTubes. I believe there's an S on there.
Dem's YouTubes.
Yep. Trusty Crowbar. I don't know.
All of which are on the
The
internet.
Trusty Crowbar.
What?
Shit.
Trusty Crowbar podcast.
It gets really difficult, everyone, because Luke decided that every social media that we have,
be different.
we have it a little bit different, just to keep everyone
Just a
guessing.
few letters.
Is there a way we can change them all to be the same?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't they all be the
change
same?
the title of our podcast. Like, we could be Trusty Crowbar 01.
I'm just going to make a single splash screen on trustedcrowbar.com that just has links to each thing.
I'll be happy with that. That's
do
really
that.
what our website should be.
Yeah, just
All right.
links.
The fabled website.
But one of those link websites that look like the shitty ones that someone's just parked a domain and it's got links to all like porn sites and shit.
Yeah.
Where else can people find us if they like? They can find us
Facebook's?
on Facebook, iTunes.
Yeah.
We're there. Libsyn.
Do
Is
they
that
have
like
their
the
own page
easiest
or
way to like if you're not an Apple user, what's the easiest way to get the MP3?
Stitcher or TuneIn. We're on both of them.
Yep.
And Omni.
Yeah, we could link the heck out of all this stuff, couldn't we, Luke?
Good. Also,
Hyperlink, I
everyone
believe.
check out our last week's episode where we interviewed one of
Our
the...
last episode, not last week's.
The last episode we did, where we interviewed one of the creators of
And co-founder.
Screen Cheat
Yeah.
and co-founder of Samurai Punk.
Good game. Which we just found out news that it's coming out on PS4.
Yeah, officially. I love that.
So we actually asked him if it was coming out on PS4. He's like, "Oh, we can't talk about that."
And,
Well, as he
and
pointed
you
out-
were like, that's probably because it's Xbox exclusive. And then
And now it's
no,
not.
it's just coming out.
But obviously, as you pointed out, it can't be 8 players. You said that 7 controller limit on.
Yeah, but it might be more on Xbox.
It's
so.
over.
No, it is. It's 8 on
Yeah.
Xbox.
It's over the internet. 8 players on PlayStation 4.
Ah,
4 players, I think, max on a
I
single
just
screen.
don't know. I was going to say who would own that many controllers, but you just bring a controller with.
Yeah. All right, thank you. We are the Trusty Crowbar. I am Reese Whittingslow.
I am Lucas Winningslow.
I'm Douglas Bright.
And
I'm Ben Can.
Farewell.
What's really that?
Have a lovely day and night.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.